Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. Today is the third session of this chapter ratio analysis, and in this session we are going to discuss about the quick ratios, and we'll solve certain queries, certain doubts which we have received from our students. Before beginning the session, let me acknowledge that the content of this video is purely for educational purpose. The questions we have taken from T.S. Garewal book 2020 edition. Many thanks to the author. Now let's begin the session with a quick review of what is quick ratio. Quick ratio is also known as liquid ratio or acid test ratio. Liquidity ratio refers to the ability of the firm to convert current assets into cash and cash equivalent in a very short period of time. Liquidity ratio is the relationship between your liquid assets with current liability and is computed to assess the short-term liquidity of the enterprise. Short-term liquidity means that whether the firm or your company is solvent and is in a position to pay back the current liability whenever they fall due. The formula for calculating liquidity ratio is liquid assets upon current liabilities. Liquid assets upon current liabilities. Now, liquid assets are current assets, trade receivable, which is the sum total of your bill receivable, and debtors, except your provision for doubtful debts. Provision for doubtful debts are subtracted from the debtors. क्यों हम इसको subtract करते हैं? क्योंकि these are the debtors for whom we are doubtful that whether we are able to receive amount from them on time or not. फाइन, इसलिए हम जो ये प्रोविजन क्रिएट करते हैं ये हमारी डेट्स डाउटफुल होती हैं, तो इट्स डाउटफुल कि हमें कैश रिसीव टाइम पे होगा या नहीं होगा, इसलिए लिक्विड एसेट्स कैलकुलेट करते समय हम प्रोविजन फॉर डाउटफुल डेट को डेटर में से सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देते हैं. देन कैश एंड कैश इक्विवेलेंट, शॉर्ट टर्म लोन्स एंड एडवांसेस, other current assets except prepaid expense, advance tax, and fictitious assets such as unamortized expenses or losses. अब बेटा हम prepaid expense, advance tax, fictitious assets को again we leave these assets from this category of other current assets. The reason being that we cannot convert these other current assets into cash. So liquid assets are current assets minus inventory minus prepaid expense minus advance tax. Fine. हमने inventory को भी current assets से remove कर दिया. Reason being that inventory also takes some time to be converted into cash. Liquid assets are those assets which are highly liquid, very easily converted into cash within a very short period of time. Therefore, if I want to calculate liquid assets from current assets, so current assets minus inventory minus prepaid expense minus advance tax. And the denominator current liabilities, they are calculated as short-term borrowings, trade payables, other short-term liabilities, short-term provisions, provision for doubtful debts, are deducted from sundry trade receivable and the amount so arrived at is taken as liquid asset. The objective and significance of calculating this ratio is to assess the short-term solvency of the enterprise. Liquidity ratio is an indicator of short-term debt-paying capacity of the enterprise and thus is a better indicator of liquidity. Better than current ratio, but most of the time companies calculate current ratio to assess their short-term solvency position. This ratio is important for banks and financial institutions, and ideal liquid ratio is 1:1. That is, your current assets except your inventory and prepaid expense or advanced taxes should be equal to your current liability. Comparison of current ratio with liquid ratio would indicate the degree of inventory held, because the difference between current ratio and your liquid ratio, it is because of inventory and prepaid expenses. Fine. So most of the time, the comparison of current ratio with liquid ratio would indicate the degree of inventory held. A high liquid ratio compared to current ratio may indicate understocking of inventory, whereas a low liquidity ratio indicates overstocking. Now, let's understand the concept of liquidity ratio better with the help of various examples. Now, here is one question in front of you. This question is question number 31 from the book T.S. Garewal 2020 edition, given on page number 4.101. The question says that the inventory is of rupees 3 lakh. Total liquid assets are of rupees 12 lakh. Quick ratio is 2:1. We have to find out the current ratio. Fine. Now we have learned that quick ratio, let's start with the solution. Quick ratio is calculated by dividing the liquid assets. Liquid assets, other name for liquid assets is quick asset, by your current liabilities. By current liabilities. Now beta, we are having quick ratio 2:1, that is 2/1. Total liquid assets are also given to us as 12 lakh. So let's substitute the value 12 lakh. The unknown figure is of your current liability. Let it be CL. Fine. So let's cross multiply to find out the value of current liability. So current liability multiply by 2. 2 into current liability is equal to 12 lakh into 1, which is equal to 12 lakh. So my current liabilities are 12 lakh divided by 2, which is equal to rupees 6 lakh. So the current liability in this question is 6 lakh, but we have to find out the current ratio. Fine. For current ratio, we know that the formula for current ratio is current assets upon current liability. So just remember that 6 lakh is the value of the current liability. Now let's write the formula of current ratio. Current ratio is calculated by dividing the current assets current assets by current liability. Current liability. Now current asset, we know that they are sum total of your quick assets plus inventory, because the difference between your current assets and quick assets are inventory only. Inventory and your prepaid expense. So quick assets plus inventory upon current liability. Upon current liability. Liabilities. Now let's substitute the values and calculate the ratio. Quick assets 12 lakh. Add inventory 3 lakh. Then current liabilities, we have calculated 6 lakh. Fine. So 12 lakh plus 3 lakh is 15 lakh. So current assets are 15 lakh upon 6 lakh. Now if I simplify it, 15 lakh upon 6 lakh is 15 upon 6, which is equal to 5 upon 2 and 5 upon 2. If we simplify it and write it in pure form, because this ratio is expressed in pure form, current ratio, it is 2.5 is to 1. Now 2.5 is to 1 signifies that yes, the short-term solvency position of the business is sound, as ideal current ratio is 2 is to 1. Ideal current ratio is 2 is to 1, and we are having 2.5 is to 1 as the current ratio. So that means the short-term solvency position of the business is sound. Now the next question which we'll be solving is question number 34, again given on page number 4.101 from the book T.S. Garewal 2020 edition. And the question says the total debt of the company is 6 lakh. Total assets are also of 6 lakh. Fixed assets, tangible fixed assets are of rupees 3 lakh. Non-current investments, they are of rupees 50,000. Long-term loans and advances, rupees 50,000. Long-term borrowings are of rupees 2 lakh. Long-term provisions for rupees 2 lakh. Inventories given in the question are of rupees 95,000 and prepaid expenses are rupees 5,000. Now there are so many things given in the question. Again, I would suggest just prepare a synopsis of the balance sheet with main headings. Fill in the items and you will get to know the unknown items which are required to solve this question. As in this question, we are required to calculate current ratio, and the first part of the question is we have to calculate the current ratio and your quick ratio. So obviously I require your current assets and current liabilities for calculating the first part, and quick assets and current liabilities for calculating the second part. So that is why just prepare a synopsis of a balance sheet with main headings, insert the values and try to find out the unknown values. We'll definitely get the answer. Now let us learn how to do this. So just prepare the working note. We know that the balance sheet of a company is prepared on a vertical basis, fine. But in a working note, we'll just prepare in a T-shaped format. We know that left hand side is your equities and liability side, equity and liability, fine. And then we'll equities and liabilities. We'll give the heading. Your first heading is your shareholders fund. Shareholders fund. Then your next main heading is your non-current liability. Non-current liabilities. And your next heading is your current liabilities. Fine. Next heading is current liabilities. Now we are going to insert the values which are given in the question. So this is current liability. And on asset side, we know that there are two subheads. First is your non-current assets. Non-current assets, and then current assets. Now let us see current assets. Now let us see what all things are given and we'll insert them. See, your total assets given are 8 lakh. So total assets are the sum total of your non-current assets and current assets. So that your total assets are your, which are given in the question, are 8 lakh. Now if 8 lakh is the total asset given, fine, then the sum total of your equities and liability side is also 8 lakh. Fine. The sum total of your equities and liability side is also going to be 8 lakh. Fine. Now, is given the next item, total debt. Now, total debt is going to be again your non-current liability and current liability. So, your total debt is 6 lakh, which is a sum total of your non-current liability and current liability. So that means your shareholders fund is going to be 2 lakh. आप अपने आप ही अनलोन निकाल लीजिए. अगर ये दोनों टोटल डेट नॉन करंट लाइबिलिटी 6 लाख की है तो शेयर होल्डर्स फंड 2 लाख का है. हालांकि हमारा इसका कोई यूज नहीं है, बट स्टिल फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन से दिस इज हाउ वी insert the missing figures. Next is your fixed assets tangible. Fine. Fixed assets tangible. Fixed assets tangible, they are going to be your first non-current asset and the value is 3 lakh. So let's insert the value. Next is your non-current investments. Non-current investments, again they are our investments. They are our non-current asset and these are 50,000. Next is long-term loans and advances. Long-term loans and advances, again they are going to be a part of your non-current assets. So long-term loans and advances, the value given to us is 50,000. Fine. Then long-term borrowings, they are your non-current liability. Long-term borrowings are our non-current liability, that is 2 lakh. Then long-term provisions. Long-term provisions, they are also of 2 lakh. Then inventory. Inventory are going to be a part of our current assets. Fine, let's insert this value. Current assets में हम inventory लिख देते हैं. Fine, inventory, and this is 95,000. Fine, and next is your prepaid expense. Prepaid expense बेटा हमारा जो आता है वो आएगा current other current assets में prepaid expense. Fine. This is 5,000. Fine. अब देखो बेटे, मेरे पास टोटल जो बैलेंस शीट का टोटल है, जब मेरे टोटल एसेट्स 8 लाख के थे तो मेरी, और टोटल डेट मेरी 6 लाख की थी, शेयर होल्डर्स फंड मेरे 6 लाख का आ गया, सॉरी 2 लाख का, है ना। 8 लाख टोटल डेट, टोटल ऑफ योर इक्विटी एंड लाइबिलिटी इज 8 लाख। 8 लाख में से अगर मैं 6 लाख के टोटल डेट सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दूं तो शेयर होल्डर्स फंड मेरा 2 लाख का आ गया। फाइन। तो मेरी जो बेटा करंट लाइबिलिटी आएगी वो क्या आएगी? करंट लाइबिलिटी विल बी 8 lakh minus your 6 lakh. Either this way I can calculate, or what I can do is total debt is equal to your non-current assets plus current assets. Non-current assets plus current assets. तो 6 लाख में से अगर मैं 4 लाख को सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देती हूँ तो मेरी करंट लाइबिलिटी आ जाती है ऑफ रुपीज, करंट लाइबिलिटी विल बी record for rupees 2 lakh. Fine. So what I can do is I can calculate the current liability by the formula would be, let me write the formula over here. The formula for calculating the current liability would be, current liability is total debt minus non-current liability. Total debt given in the question is 6 lakh and non-current liabilities are your long-term borrowings and long-term provisions, 2 lakh plus 2 lakh, 4 lakh, and I will be getting the amount of current liability as rupees 2 lakh. Fine. Now, I will be requiring the figure for your total current assets. Now see, your total assets are 8 lakh. Now from this 8 lakh, if I am going to subtract 3 plus 1 lakh, 50,000 plus 50,000 is 1 lakh. So 3 lakh, 50,000, 4 lakh. So total 4 lakh अगर बेटा मैं नॉन करंट एसेट्स टोटल एसेट्स में से सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देती हूँ तो मेरे पास टोटल करंट एसेट्स आ जाते हैं 4 lakh के। फाइन। सो व्हाट एम आई गोइंग टू डू इज, बच्चे ये मैं आपको जो भी बैलेंस शीट बनाया एज अ वर्किंग नोट, ठीक है, ये हम बिना इसके भी कर सकते थे, बट जस्ट फॉर योर बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग आई जस्ट प्रिपेयर दिस बैलेंस शीट, बिकॉज इफ यू आर थ्रू विद दिस, फाइन, देन यू विल बी solving the question with full confidence. Fine. So what I'll do is total assets is equal to your non-current assets plus current assets. Non-current assets में बेटा हम values डाल देंगे of our non-current assets. अभी हमने लिस्ट बनानी थी. They were fixed assets tangible, and the value is 3 lakh. Then plus your non-current investments plus 50,000, and then your long-term loans and advances, your plus long-term loans and advances, and this is rupees 50,000. So this is my non-current assets. These are my non-current assets, and non-current assets हमने कैलकुलेट कर लिए 4 लाख के, ठीक है बेटा। और करंट एसेट्स जो मेरे पास नोन है वो कौन कौन से हैं? इन्वेंट्री और प्रीपेड एक्सपेंस which is equal to 95,000 plus 5,000. Fine. Your current assets जो मेरे पास known है, current assets, sum total of our inventory plus prepaid expense, and this is the total is 95,000 plus 5,000 which is equal to 1 lakh. 95,000 plus 5,000 is equal to rupees 1 lakh. Fine. So what am I going to do is, now non-current assets plus current assets is 4 lakh plus 1 lakh is 5 lakh. Total assets given to us in the question is 8 lakh. Now let us insert the values in this formula and we will find out the other current assets. Fine. So total assets are of rupees 8 lakh. Non-current assets are 4 lakh. Current assets, only current assets which are given in the question are inventory and prepaid expense, which is equal to 1 lakh. And the other current assets will be our balancing figure. So if we'll subtract 4 plus 1, 5 lakh from 8 lakh, 8 lakh minus 5 lakh, we are going to get the other current assets, which implies 8 lakh minus 5 lakh is 3 lakh. Fine. So these are my other current assets, or to be very specific, these other current assets are excluding your inventory and prepaid expense. So these are my liquid assets. Let me write, these are my liquid assets, है ना? These are my liquid assets, क्योंकि हमने इसमें से प्रीपेड इन्वेंट्री और प्रीपेड एक्सपेंस को तो सेपरेट काउंट कर लिया. सो दीज आर, ये जो मैंने कैलकुलेट किया, ये मेरे आ गए लिक्विड एसिड्स. फाइन. एंड इन लिक्विड एसिड्स, सो दीज आर माय लिक्विड एसिड्स. और अगर इन लिक्विड एसिड्स में बेटा मैं इन्वेंट्री और प्रीपेड एक्सपेंस को ऐड कर दूंगी 1 लाख का, आई एम गोइंग टू गेट दी current assets. So let's first calculate the current ratio. Fine. Current liability को हम as it is लिखते रहने देते हैं, और अब हम current ratio calculate करते हैं. Current ratio is equal to current assets upon current liability, and current assets are liquid assets plus inventory plus prepaid expense upon your current liability. Let's insert the value. Liquid assets 3 lakh. Inventory we had calculated, they were 90, no, inventory is given in the question as 95,000 plus prepaid expense 5,000 upon current liability, it is 2 lakh. So when we solve it, I'm going to get 4 lakh upon 2 lakh, and my current ratio is 2:1. This is the ideal ratio. And now liquid assets I know is 3 lakh. Now let's substitute the value to calculate the quick ratio. Now quick ratio is equal to your quick assets or liquid assets upon current liability. We have calculated quick assets as 3 lakh upon current liability, which is equal to 2 lakh. We had already calculated. So this is equal to 3 upon 2, which is equal to 1.5:1. So my quick ratio is 1.5:1. I hope that the solution of question number 34 is clear to everyone. That's all for today from my side. Thank you very much.